Hi all, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, I want to welcome you. My name is Eileen and I am a former HR professional executive that has over 20 years of experience in HR. And so I created this channel because I want to help people like you who may be looking for a job or want to change their careers, but just need a little help. Before we get started, like this video and subscribe to my channel. So tonight we're going to talk about 8 tips you must do before you start any new job. And these tips are going to help you to excel at this new job. So congratulations is in order because now you did the hard part. So your resume made it through the screening process, and then you also aced your interview. So now you have been made an offer and you have a new job. So there are 8 tips that I think is really important that you must do before you start any new job. And the first one is you're going to have to get the facts. This is so important. So once you are made an offer, it's important that you get it in writing. And don't be like me. I can tell you in my career, early on, I accepted a job without getting it in writing. That was such a mistake because number one, the job salary was totally different than what was actually sent to me. And this is the old days when they mailed you an offer letter. So there are several things that you need to look for when you get that job offer. The first one, of course, is your annual salary. They may break it down to bi-weekly. And the second thing that you need to make sure is on there is your job title, because this can determine a lot. If it's a different job title than what was offered to you, you need to bring that to their attention. And the next one you want to look for is who's the manager? Who are you going to report to? If it's not the person that interviewed you and made the offer, then find out who it is and reach out to them before it's even your first day. Their start date, and if you're going to be full-time or part-time, your location, and then also if you're exempt or non-exempt. This is really important because you need to know if you're going to be a salary employee or an hourly. Because if you're salary, you typically work more than 40 hours and you don't get paid overtime. But if you're hourly, you will get that overtime. So those are things that you definitely want to make sure that are in that offer letter. So number 2 is know the dress code. We all know that most interviews are very professional. You're going to have a suit on and so will the interviewer. But that does not mean that the workplace is that professional. It may be business casual. So before your first day, really ask and know what the dress code is. There's nothing like walking in on your very first day and everybody has on khaki pants and a business shirt, and you have on a 3-piece business suit. And number 3, you want to check on the company's social media policy. You want to do that before your first day, and there are 2 reasons why. You want to find out if it's okay to post things about your company on Facebook and LinkedIn. A lot of companies do not want employees to do that. They want to keep it separate. Social media is your personal thing. And then also you want to check is because sometimes when you work at a new company, you may see them on LinkedIn and on Facebook. And before you click that friend request, make sure you check the policy because they may have something against that. And then also, I think it's a really good idea to keep your personal life separate from your business. Now, LinkedIn should be business, but I'm going to tell you a lot of people are making it more social and personal than professional. And number 4, don't be a know-it-all. I know you want to impress people. It's your very first day and you want to wow and impress. I get it. But I'm telling you, that is the worst thing you can do. You want to go in and be humble and you want to listen. This will save your career. Okay. And I think the biggest mistake that a lot of new employees make is they want to come in and just, blow people away. And you can do that as time goes on. But as a new person, you must listen and learn. And I can give you an example. I used to work somewhere and we had a new manager to come in, and he was, from a Fortune 500 company, and the new company was not a Fortune 500. But he made it known every single time that we had a meeting where he used to work, how they did things, and why, we don't do it this way and why we need to do it this way. And so I'm going to tell you, he had a very hard time connecting with people because people just would roll their eyes every single time he talked. So don't let that be you. Like I said, go in, be humble, and listen and learn. And number 5 is really important. It is important to be nice and have a positive attitude. I know it sounds so simple, but a lot of people do not have a great attitude when they start a new job. And the problem with this is you will always be labeled as someone that's negative. So that first day and first week, you want to make sure that you have the best possible attitude. If things don't go right, if your computer's not set up, if you don't have your password, don't let it bother you. Just be like, oh, well, technology. Say something that will make them be like, wow, this person is always cool and calm. And that's how you want to be. And then also, if you don't have a good attitude, that will be reflected on your performance review. Because I'm pretty sure in any new job, you're going to have to work with other people. And if they find out that you're not easy to work with, it will get around the company. So please remember, always have a nice attitude and also try to smile. Number 6 is arrive early. It does say for the first week, but I say from here on out, because arriving early shows how eager you are and you're able to kind of talk to other employees, kind of chit chat before the workday starts. I'm always impressed when someone that reports to me arrives there before I do. Number 7, don't be afraid to ask for help and advice. This is important as well. No shame in asking questions, because I learned this the hard way. I used to feel like asking too many questions made me look dumb, but no way. In fact, not asking questions make you look worse. So there's no such thing as a stupid question, because this is the time where you are going to be given so much information, whether it's about the job or the company. But it's so important that you take that information, and if you don't understand it, to let someone know, because you don't want to go 6 months, 8 months later and not being able to understand because you were afraid to ask questions. It's easier to fix a mistake early on, versus letting it linger. And also, you are not expected to know everything. You are a new employee, and a lot of times there's a learning curve. And in fact, you should talk to your supervisor and let them know important checkpoints. Like, what is it that you're supposed to know 30 days in, 60 days in, and then 90 days in? And ask them, is there like some type of performance review after 6 months? So number 8, building those work relationships. It is going to be very, very key to the success of this new job. Building relationships can be really hard, especially if you are the new employee, but it is possible. Because I can tell you, I am an introvert, so it's very hard for me to build relationship with people I don't know, but I know how important it is. So I made sure, instead of meeting people in big groups, I typically would meet somebody one-on-one. Like if it's someone that worked in a marketing department and I knew that I was going to have to work with them at some point, I would reach out to them before and kind of build a relationship that way. Or I would kind of, once I met one person, I would ask them to introduce me to someone else that I may need to know. So it is possible. And, it is something that you're going to have to do. And typically you all have like a new employee orientation or onboarding. That's a really good time to kind of get your feet wet in networking. And so when you network, it is important to remember it's not about what that person can do for you, but what you can do for that person. That is the foundation of networking. As long as you have that mind frame, you should be fine. So those are my 8 tips that you must do before you start a new job. Did I miss any? Do you have any recommendations that you would like to provide? I would love to hear from you. Put them in the comment. So until next time, thank you so much for watching my video. You are totally appreciated. Please like and subscribe to my channel. Until next time, see you later.